Hi, welcome to Tales Beyond the Grave. Welcome back to another video, and today it's a bit different. I'm going to show you where it all began. So we're going back to the beginning for Oasis, and where it all sort of like stems from, a Burnage housing estate, into 2025 next year, where they're going to be playing in front of millions on the comeback tour. So let's go over to Burnage. I'll show you the family home where Peggy, the mum, still lives there, and I tell you the story about Oasis and their rise to fame. So life before Oasis for Noel and Liam. Well, Noel and Liam were born in a tough suburb of Manchester called Longsight, and just after Liam was born, around about 1972, they moved over to Burnage, and I'm going to take you over there to show you the family home. So come on, let's nip over to Burnage and I'll show you the family home. So Ashby Avenue, as you can see, that's where the Gallaghers moved to when they moved to Burnage from Longsight, and then they moved just round the corner. So this is it. This is Cranwell Drive, and number 5 is where the Gallaghers grew up, and the mum Peggy still lives there. So Peggy still lives at number 5. Now when they become famous, Liam offered to buy her a castle in Cheshire, which she said, "What do I want a castle for?" I'll settle for a new gate, and that is exactly what she got, a new gate. And they moved to Ashby Avenue, just round the corner. But this number 5 here is a home of Peggy Gallagher, or mother to Oasis superstars Liam and Noel, and also brother Paul. And that is a Gallagher family home, number 5. I might knock on for a brew. We'd have thought that these two lads from a Burnage housing estate would go on to become megastars, forming the pop group Oasis, one of the best, if not the best, rock and roll bands ever to come out of Manchester, really. And they bought the records over at Sifters. They got interested in music. They used to buy the records over there at Sifters. So I'm going to take you over there to show you there as well. And I'm going to tell you the story of how Oasis was formed, and how it led to a group called The Rain into Oasis as it is today. So this is the record shop I was telling you about. There's already a film crew there, and across the road there is Mr. Sifters Records, where the Gallagher brothers used to come and spend the money to buy records, vinyl, CDs, things like that. So that is Sifters, and it's caused a bit of a stir as we cross the road. And in the Shakermaker song, Mr. Sifters sold us songs when I was just 16. Unfortunately, it's not open, but you can see the buzz then it's created. The 2025 tour reunion of Oasis back together, and this is where they used to buy the records from. So next stop is we're going to city centre Manchester. I'm going to take you to a place called India House, where Noel rented a bedsit in the early 80s, and where he wrote most of the Oasis songs while living alone in this bedsit. And then I'm going to take you over to Little Peter Street, where the boardwalk is, which is also connected with The Rain and also Oasis. So let's go and have a look at them now. Now the building you can see in front of me there, this is India House, big old Victorian looking building. Now it had a big development in Oasis, believe it or not, because during the 80s, when there was a lot of people on the dole, Noel left home, and this place was full of bedsits where you could get your own space, and also they'd always pay for it, really. So India House, Noel Gallagher once lived in one of the bedsits on here. Now what he did was have a suitcase underneath his bed, and in that suitcase was future Oasis songs he had written. So Noel spent a lot of time on his own. He was a bit of a loner of the family, like I said, but he spent time on his own. He got out of Burnage and he moved into Manchester, where he rented a bedsit in India House. And to think most of the Oasis songs, first few albums, were written inside a bedsit there in the early part of the 1980s. So how many times did Noel walk down this street probably going to a bar or go and get some shopping in for his bedsit when he lived in India House here in the centre of Manchester. And that's where he would have walked up to his bedsit. Now, Noel at this time is working away. He's working with Spiral Carpets, a Manchester pop group, indie group I should say, and he's a roadie for them. So what he does is he comes back, he phones his mum one night and she says, "Oh, Liam's in a band." He went, "You what? Liam's in a band?" So anyway, when he comes back to Manchester, he goes to see The Rain play. And he said they were alright. They had a couple of good songs, one good song and a few others which were alright, he said. And that's where they asked him, they said, "Would you become our manager?" And he went, "No." He went, "I'll become the lead guitarist, I'll write your songs, I'm going to take you on to stardom." And that's exactly what he did, and the rest is history, as they say. But yeah, let's go and have a look at where they used to rehearse at, and played a couple of gigs in the Boardwalk in Manchester. So I'll take you there now. So the building in front of me here is the Boardwalk. It's very significant to the building of Oasis. When Liam was in the band The Rain, this is where they used to rehearse, and they also played a couple of gigs there. And Noel once come to see him here and decided they were decent enough for him. He had one good song, he said, and the rest of it was not too bad. But they asked him would he become their manager, and he refused. He said, "I'll become lead guitarist and I'll take you on to stardom." That's what he said. But it all started here in the Boardwalk for Liam, Bonehead and Griggs there, Tony McCarroll, and then Noel later joining him. Liam did manage to get him kicked out of here once during a rehearsal for arguing with the staff, and that's not like Liam, is it? So the next stop is where Definitely Maybe, the album, the cover for it was shot inside Bonehead's mum's house, and it's still lived in today. Someone lives in it, but that's the iconic shot of Definitely Maybe for the album. So let's go and have a look where they filmed that, and also around the back of Bonehead's mum's house they filmed part of the Shakermaker video. So let's go and have a look at that as well. So I'm just at Stratford Avenue, which is just behind me. Now just down here on my right is number 8, where the photograph of Definitely Maybe was taken. The album cover was taken in Bonehead's mum's house, which is just on my right down here, number 8. Now someone still lives in it, so I'm just going to be brief, show you where the album cover was, a picture of the album cover was taken inside this house. So as we walk down Stratford Avenue, number 8 is just on my right here, and I'll just show you. I don't want to poke the camera into someone's living room, so I'll just be brief and show you where number 8 is. And it should be just down here. Number 8 is the house there. You can see, actually still make out the stained glass window at the bottom there, and if you were looking from the inside out from the album cover, that's what you'd see. Have a look on the album cover. So if you saw the video Shakermaker, it was filmed round the back of Bonehead's house, which is down here. Noel playing guitar, Griggsy playing bass, Liam singing, Tony McCarroll on his drums, and Bonehead sat down playing his rhythm guitar. Now it was just filmed on the back of Bonehead's house, which is here, which you might be able to make out in this little ginnel, this little entry, alleyway, whatever you want to call it. You might recognise it from the video. They filmed it in this little square here, actually. Up there. And the video was filmed around here. And if you remember, you get a shot of the telegraph pole which was there. It's a bit taller back then, they cut it down a bit now. But yeah, Shakermaker video was filmed here, just at the back of Bonehead's house. Just there. Bit of Oasis trivia for you. I'm going to take you over now to Fog Lane, the playing fields, and this was where they filmed Shakermaker. The video part of it was filmed on the fields, where Bonehead pulls up on his scooter, he's got a crash helmet on, and he attempts to play football with the rest of the Oasis group while wearing a crash helmet. So let's go and have a look at Fog Lane playing fields. So there was a gap in the market, a void had been left by the Stone Roses, and they become this legendary Manchester band, and on the way to rise into stardom, it imploded on itself, and this left this massive big gap for lads to just pick up a guitar and become a great rock and roll band, and that's exactly what Oasis did. They jumped in that gap, and they sort of like took over the mantle of the best band from Manchester, and then the best band in England, to becoming the best band in the world at one time. And they played in front of thousands at Nebworth, one of the highlights of the big concerts. And I've seen them 5 times, Oasis, and it's just pure rock and roll. It's lads with the guitars, and it's just catchy tunes. It's brilliant. If you ever go to see them next year in 2025, get a chance to go and see them. It's going to be absolutely epic. So the next story I'm going to tell you is a story about how Oasis might never have happened. Yeah, it might never have happened. And Liam, 16-year-old Liam, was getting into trouble at school with truancy and the occasional being arrested by the police, things like that. Now, around about 16, he had no interest at all in music. He thought it was for his weird old brother, who was Noel, because Noel spent most of his time in his bedroom playing his guitar, and Liam had no interest in music whatsoever. Now, he was more of a sportsman. He played a lot of football and he was quite good, I believe. But this incident happened while he was at school. There was a fight with a rival school, and a fellow pupil who Liam got into a fight with hit him over the head with an hammer, and he suffered concussion. Now, it's sort of like a light bulb moment for Liam, this, because after this incident, it sparked him into wanting to listen to music, and his infatuation and obsession about being in a band. So he started to listen to music, started to go to Sifters record store and listening to Noel's music, preferably the Beatles as well. So that moment in time with a fight with another school, it might never have happened for Oasis. He might have just not been interested in music and just stuck to his football. So the group Oasis might never have come together for that moment. But yeah, it sort of like triggered Liam into wanting to become a band member and also a lead singer as well. So that incident changed the history of Oasis. Yeah, so life could have been totally different, couldn't it, for Oasis? It might never have happened. So I hope you've enjoyed this little walk around. Took you around some of the places, the family home, some of the places which were important to the building of Oasis, the group, and I hope you've enjoyed it. So this is the end of the video. Give us a like and a subscribe if you would. Give us a thumbs up, share if you would. It does help me to, it does encourage me to go out and make videos like this, which I think you might like. So yeah, it does help me, and I'm trying to build a channel all the time. So yeah, give us a share, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and I'll go on to the next one. So the next one, I'm not too sure where I'm going to go on the next one, but the best thing to do is I'll see you when I get there. Thanks for watching.